Good morning. This is the 60 Seconds to Serenity with Gregg Hammond. And it is Wednesday, January 31st, 2018. 60 Seconds to Serenity, our tools here, the purpose of all of these exercises we've been doing for the past few months here is to help you achieve the calm and serene mind. And the purpose of that is when you have a calm and serene mind, you can respond to things going on as opposed to reacting. And I've shared this very powerful coin here, the R&R coin, react and respond, right? If you react, you lose control. And if you spin this coin around. Good morning. Good morning. I see Stacy hopping on. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Jan. So this coin showing you that if you respond, you're in control, and if you react, you lose control. And that is for life, just your life. And there's a lot of opportunity currently, and all the time. There are opportunities where that pops up, where you have the chance to decide whether you want to respond, whether you want to react to something. The 60 Seconds to Serenity tools help you achieve in just a minute, one minute's time, to achieve a calm and serene mind, because it's a superpower, and it takes practice, like everything that you do in life. Some things you've done them and practiced and you didn't even realize that you've become good at doing those things, like driving a car or getting dressed. You're thinking about other things, and your conscious mind is processing thoughts that you're thinking about, and you're unconsciously getting dressed. You might think about a little bit of those actions you're taking, but a lot of it, tying your shoes, getting shoes on, happens automatically because you practiced and you learned to do that. So the 60 Seconds to Serenity, calm, serene mind, achieving that calm, serene mind in a small amount of time is something that you have to practice, because you haven't been, most of the time, we have not been given training on that, and we receive unconsciously training in the opposite through movies and television and our environment. You see people reacting. Part of making a TV show or a movie flow quickly is showing that. And then there was a lot of reality TV shows that came out where that became the focus. You see people reacting. It's in commercials and things like that. So unconsciously, your mind has been trained to react as opposed to respond to things. Part of the power of the gratitude, we're talking about the list of gratitude. Part of the 60 Seconds to Serenity, the tool of the gratitude, using the gratitude and using our gratitude to bring us into a higher vibration as we're focusing on our breath in and out, and making that 60-second capsule of time a time when we shift from a reactive mindset, unconscious reactive mind, to the calm and serene mind that responds. They can take the 60 seconds. So much of our daily routine involves things happening quickly on social media and with the technology. Things when we open up a browser or use a device, things generally happen fast, and we've become more reactive because of that. There's an unconscious training. And so the power of the 60 Seconds to Serenity is to train our mind to go back to a calm and serene, high vibration that keeps us in a place where we attract the good things that we want. And instead of seeing all of the negative news that can charge you up and get you reactive, remember you have good news at 60 Seconds to Serenity. You can go back and watch some of these videos from all the way back into October. The power of smiling when you're doing your 60 Seconds to Serenity, letting the breath out, just using this small window of time, fraction of time, and then building upon that, right? And that is so that you can get through a day where things are coming at you. And I felt like that was an important thing to talk about again, is just how important your calm and serene mind is. And if you've been following along and you're doing writing in your journal, and you're doing the Serenity chapter out of the last chapter is titled Serenity, from James Allen's As a Man Thinketh. It's a small book, very good. You can find that online and write that out. Right, it takes a couple of pages, usually 3 pages in a smaller journal like this, or a notebook it's 2, on something that's full size like this. We were doing non-dominant hand exercise, and I wanted to show you this example of the non-dominant hand exercise after you've repeated this. This is why the repetition of 60 Seconds to Serenity tools and using these tools to achieve that higher vibration in the calm, serene mind is so important. The repetition, just the same thing over and over, makes it become a habit, and that's what you want. You want your habit to be all of these good things. And this is an example of non-dominant hand exercise on one side, and the dominant hand on the other side. And you know, it took some practice to be able to do that, but they're close, right? I did that this morning, and you see what's listed on there is some things that we're tracking. We are tracking with our practice. We're writing and doing the actual physical writing, but our tracking is keeping the time of the sunrise, sunset, humidity, the wind direction, to see how that changes, and to watch the change that is also taking place in our handwriting. And part of reaching that place of being in the calm and serene mind and being able to respond is using the respond and react concept, right? And this is a really cool coin. If you attend the Paradigm Shift workshops, you can get one of those coins, and I can give you, if you want information on that, I'm delighted to share that information on the next workshop that's coming up. But you can use anything. I have this stone, my respond and react stone, smooth on one side, very smooth, and when you respond to things, it stays smooth. And when it gets when you start to react, it gets rough. That's a rough side there, right? And that's what the stone, that's what this coin is signifying, is the respond, and you stay in control, react, and you lose control. And it's challenging. I know that throughout your day you will have things that come in and will give you that opportunity to do either or. And for you, it's important to realize that as you practice this, and some people have gotten really good at it, and that makes our entire world better when less people do that. So you working on you and focusing on you being able to shift with 60 Seconds to Serenity tools, shift up into a higher vibration and keep yourself in the calm and serene mind, and then respond, makes the world a better place. So you become part of that change that we want to see in the world. And I have that. I love these quotes, right? And that's why I show them for you to be able to think about and remember. Part of the reason I'm doing these 60 Seconds to Serenity over and over is so that it becomes a routine. You're thinking about this. You'll find that the things that you do over and over just become your habits, become your routine. So your individual commitment, right, to yourself becomes an individual commitment to the group, right? as you commit to yourself, you become a powerful part of the larger group consciousness, responding and taking care of things that need to be taken care of, and allowing the things that can shed off, like the leaves drop off the trees, allowing that to happen in the small fractions of time in your day, and then staying hydrated. Somebody asked, I saw somebody asked what's more important, like taking care of your body or taking care of your mind, and it's actually balancing those two together. You want to balance them out. And hydration, I just realized I picked it up to show you, and then need a sip there. So with your non-dominant hand, you've done this, and then we have the paragraph if you're doing a full page, and then we have your gratitude list that you're doing, and you're focusing on thinking about why you're grateful for those things, and then you're writing out the Serenity chapter. For reading, I mentioned the Bob Proctor's got a bunch of great books, right? Thoughts Are Things. This is a amazing book about harnessing as the ideas come into your mind to write them down, because as you do these exercises, you'll notice that your mind starts to open up, and you get ideas, and you should always write down those ideas in a journal. Your Invisible Power. This is another fantastic small book. It's not too big. All right, so these are things that won't take you a ton of time. The more that you replace things like television or mindless things that take up a lot of time and replace them with reading or writing, you'll see a shift. And hopefully, if you've been with me for 60 Seconds to Serenity since last year in October, you have seen a shift in a very positive way. Sometimes it takes months, it takes weeks, months of doing these small increments of time, 60 Seconds to Serenity, and practicing that before you feel like you just came through the clouds, right? And now you're on the other side. And it's like that with a lot of things. Hopefully you're working on your top 100 things that you want to do in life, and you're making this list as if you had endless resources to do whatever you want. You don't have to worry about planning out how you would do that or think about any of that. That's not part of the exercise. The exercise is just to write down. If you want to live in a castle in the mountains somewhere, or if you want to live in a tiki hut on a beach, or if you want to write a great novel, or maybe you want to race bicycles through Paris. Maybe you want to, learn instruments, learn to play 20 instruments. Maybe you would like to parachute, ride in a balloon. There's so many amazing things that you have that you can put on your list, and you're just making this big dream list. It's top 100 things. With that, I'm going to hop off, and I'll probably pop on tomorrow, and then I'll have a break as I'm doing some important work. I'll share what that is. Maybe I'll share it tomorrow, but I'll be hopping back in the middle of next week. And so if you are going through that break and realizing, my 60 Seconds to Serenity video isn't live in the morning, or you haven't been able to catch us, you can share these. By the way, you can share these with anybody you want. You can, if you ever see these or you've seen them before and you have trouble finding them, just share it to your own timeline. You can just hit that button, share, and share it to your timeline. You can share this with anybody. I'm doing these as my way of giving back, since I have achieved such an amazing life. The things that helped me get there, I'm sharing those with everybody in hopes that you will put them to work in your life, and then increase how amazing your life is. And if you are feeling like you're ready for a big shift, this is the thing that will take you up, right? We're planting all these seeds. So mark this. You can sign up so that you get a notification when I do go live. And then and the times when I'm not on, like over the weekends when I'm really focused on teaching guitar students, you can go back and watch the replays or watch some of these. And we're putting them up on YouTube. I'll have a ton of those that are live from all the way back in October. The whole collection will be there, so you can go just on YouTube and sit there and watch them all one after the other. But it's taken some time to render those videos, and we're just going to put the raw footage up there for you first, just so that it's there so you can access it. And then we'll do ones that have been tidied up a little bit, but I'm not changing much because I want it to be there as an archive, so you can go through and see how we've been preparing the soil in this garden of gratitude and love and peace, and how that's going to improve your life and bring up all these new fresh sprouts as we come into the spring. So peace, love, music. I will see you soon again. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday.